Hi, just let me sort this. Right, hello, welcome to Monday's strength class. I was thinking about, look, just show you new carpet. You maybe can't see that because it looks more or less on the screen, it looks more or less like the old one, but you couldn't see the old one. But a sort of beige carpet with a dog, not a good idea. Anyway, new carpet. So I was wondering what to talk about today, and I thought people do exercise, and they think, oh yes, I know I've got to do exercise, and you know how to do it. You lift weights or you do things like this. But I thought I'd talk about how to exercise, not so much why you exercise, because most people are aware of that, but how you exercise. And I would say that exercise has a sort of derogatory connotation anyway. I get really fed up with people, usually in the media, saying, oh yeah, well, get it over with as soon as possible. And I get fed up of exercise being seen as a chore. You should be pleased that your body can do these things. You don't, well, maybe having the car serviced is a chore, but you don't. What I'm trying to say is that take delight in the fact that you can use your body, that it does what you want it to do. But how you exercise, I think, is important. I mean, we don't always feel like doing it, and there are times I'm trying to do yoga every day, and there are times when I think, oh, can't be bothered, but I get down and do it, and you never regret having done exercise. But anyway, how you exercise. And when I was running a class, I used to ask people to do this or suggest that people do this. You can see when people are doing exercises and they're thinking, right, what are we having for tea tonight? Right, yeah. And I would say, pay attention to what you're doing when you're exercising. I'm desperately trying to avoid the word mindfully. So if you're doing a bicep curl, maybe roll your shirt up. Look at the muscle that is being exercised. Feel the muscle that's being exercised. If you're exercising your bicep and you can't feel it working, maybe you're not working it properly. Maybe you haven't got the technique quite right. So it's important to really think about how you do the exercises, because the exercises, particularly the ones that I give you, are designed to exercise specific parts of your body. So, for example, when we do the squat, when you're doing a squat, let me just move the chair. It's not as easy to move things on this new carpet. So if you're doing a squat, just go down there and then just feel your thighs. They're under pressure. They contract to stop you falling down. So that means that you know you've got the right technique. If you're doing a squat and you do that, nothing happens there. Well, I suppose they are a bit. But when you're like that and you stand up, you can feel your bum muscles contracting as well. And then on the Thursday, we do this exercise. We stand down, and then if you put your hands in the small of your back and just feel those big muscles up your back contracting. They're soft here, but when you go down, they contract. And when you come up, they contract. So it's important that you actually think about, and I usually tell you what muscles you're using. I don't necessarily tell you the specific muscles, but I'll say the back. Well, I do for the arms, the bicep and the tricep and the quads and the glutes. And this one is specifically for your medial glutes. But I do think it's important to sort of look on exercise positively. Don't think, oh, this is a chore and something you've got to get through. Think of it as something that you can enjoy. You can do it because it's good for your body. And afterwards, your body is going to be really pleased that you did it. Some of the exercises we're going to do today, like the side plank, is hard. There's no getting away from it. The press up is hard and it takes effort. But, and this is probably, you can take the Scott out. You can take I can't think of the saying, but I think if things are worth having, they're worth working for a little bit. If you were handed, well, the thing is that young people are handed fitness on a plate, and most of them just take it for granted, because when you're young, your muscles work properly, you're not losing muscle mass, You're able to run around, you're able to do everything that you want to do, and you do take it for granted. And then you get into your 50s and 60s and things are a bit more creaky and you think a little bit more about it. Well, that's the time to start thinking positively about exercise and to think, yeah, I can do that. I can do a side plank for 30 seconds, and not a lot of people can do that. People your age can't do it. Yeah, I can stand on one leg for X number of seconds with my eyes shut. Maybe not, but I'm working up to it. And the point of these exercise classes, it's 11, so I'll stop in a minute. The point of these exercise classes is not to be able to do everything perfectly, it's to start doing them. And if you can only do one repetition of each exercise, that's absolutely fantastic, because the next time you can do 2, or you can leave it a week or so and do 2 and then 3, and you can work up to it. So it's a work in progress. If you could do everything in this class perfectly, there would be absolutely no point in you doing it, really. So if it's a struggle, that's good. And I always say, if something is difficult, you need to do it more, not less. So if going upstairs is difficult, you need to go upstairs more, not less. Don't take the lift if you're in buildings and things. Right, that's enough preaching at the moment. So I don't know if we've got anybody new, but this is the strength class. You're going to need to be able to get onto the floor to do some of the exercises, but I'll show you how to do that, how to sort of slip off a chair, intentionally, not unintentionally. So we start with a warm-up, and then we do the main body of the exercise, and then we have a little bit of high intensity training, a little bit, only a minute, and then we have stretches. Okay, so you're going to need a kitchen chair or a dining room chair, a chair without arms that's fairly sturdy. And we're going to start, without further ado, just let me move the chair, and I'm just going to tip this down a little bit, just a smidge. Right, maybe a smidge. And we are going to start just walking on the spot. And if you can do it on your toes, that's really good. And we're just hardly, not doing anything particularly energetic. Swing your arms a little bit more, a little in a slightly exaggerated way, just to get the fluid in those joints, shoulder joints moving. It's really important to have warmed up shoulder joints, I think, because the shoulder joint is so mobile. It's easy just to sort of rick it slightly or put it out slightly. So we'll do 3, 2, 1. Now, more warming up your shoulder. So put your hand on your shoulder, make your arm like a wing, and imagine you've got a pencil sticking out the end. So your arm is sticking out from your body like that. You've got a pencil on the end of it, well, an imaginary pencil. And we're going to do 5 big circles with that pencil. Nice full range of movement for them backwards, and then we're going to do 5 forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. So backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then forwards. You might find one shoulder is more mobile than the other. 5. My right shoulder is definitely more mobile. Next one we're going to do is just very simple technically. You're just going to lift one arm and the other one comes behind you. If you can't get your arm up by your ear, just do it where you can. The important thing is not to force it. I've seen some people really try and force it up. Just take it to where it's happy going to, and don't force anything. It's only your arms that move on this. Don't sway your back. So we're just going to go. This is really good. It's good for your shoulders. It's good for your shoulder joints. It's great for your back as well. That's 3. It's good for those big back muscles. 4, 5. Good for your posture. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. Next one we're going to do is, I can't remember what's the next one. We do that, add it, Oh yes, I remember. Senior moment there. We're going to just clap our hands above our head, but with an added twist, literally. So stand with your palms against your thighs. I'm going to turn the palms out, bring your hands up, and just touch them above your head, turn them again, and then back down. So that turning will warm up the smaller muscles in your shoulders without actually doing, without putting a lot of strain on them. So we're going to go 1. Don't forget to keep turning those hands. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. And the last one of the arm exercises, we're going to stand with our elbows at 90 degrees, and we're just going to bring our arms together to touch the elbows. If you can't get them together, again, it doesn't matter. Do where you're comfortable bringing them to. So we're going to do 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fabulous. Right, we're going to do our little routine. So this routine that we do does works your balance, your coordination, your flexibility, your stamina to a certain extent, and your strength. So we're going to do just a heel dig like that, and at the same time anchor your, and you're just going to do a bicep curl with your opposite arm. So it's opposite arm and leg. Make sure it's opposite arm and leg, because I've run classes where people are convinced that they're doing opposite arm and leg, and then they look down and they're doing same arm and leg. 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to just take a step out to the side. And at the same time, we're going to have prayer hands, and we're going to go out to the side. This is getting your muscles used to moving in different directions, different planes, as they say. It's good for balance, strength, because look, momentarily you're on one leg. You've got a supporting leg that needs to hold you up. It's good for your arms because you're working your shoulders and your elbows. 3, 2, 1. Next one is a step back, just a step back, just a little step. And at the same time, you have your hands mid-chest, and you're going to push your hands out. Splay your fingers, give your arms, your hands and your forearms a bit of a workout. Remember the headlights on your knees, so they're pointing forwards. Try not to let your knee come in like that, which I've lost rhythm now, which is a temptation. So the headlights are still pointing forwards. 3, 2, 1. And then finally, just a little toe tap. And just swing your arms. Toe tap. Nice and relaxed. Three, 2, 1. And that's it. Right, we're going to put all that together. So we're going to go heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, this is good for your memory. Side, back, and your coordination. Toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. I'm going to go a bit faster. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. If you can't keep up, do what you can. Side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, sorry, I wasn't concentrating, see? Wondering what I was having for tea. Toe tap. Bit faster. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Right, just before we go into the main body of the exercise, we're just going to try a balancing one. It's a strength one and a balancing one and a warming up one. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, and then raise the leg, 2, 3, and raise the other leg. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, raise the leg up, hold it for a bit, back, 2, 3, raise it up, hold it, woo-hoo. 1, 2, 3, I should listen to myself, shouldn't I? Back, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I find it easier to balance if I do that. Back, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Back, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Back, 2, 3. Now go side, 2, 3. Side, 1, 3. Forward, 2, 3. Back, 2, 3. Again, coordination. You're always starting with the leg that's in the air. 1, 2, 3. Back, 2, 3. 1, 3. Back, 2, 3. 1, 2. Last time. 2, 3. How did that go? It's a bit difficult, more difficult doing it sideways as well, doing it that way. But anyway, it's good for your balance, good for your coordination, good for strength as well, because you've got to lift this leg up, which uses your core muscles. So we're going to go into the main body of the exercise. We're going to go through it quite fast. It's supposed to be a bit more demanding than the Wednesday exercise. So we're going to start with a squat, which I'm sure you remember is sitting without the chair. You don't have to go right down to there. You can go to there. If you can't do, remember the knees don't come over the toes, so it's back. So if you can't do a free squat, sit in the chair. See how when you sit down, your bottom goes right out. Knees at 90 degrees, hands here, so as you're not tempted to use them, and stand up and go down in a controlled way. If you can't manage that, use your arms to swing. It's absolutely fine to do all these stages and work up to doing a free squat. If you can't do either of those, put your hands on your knees and stand up. But obviously we're trying to do the squat trying to get out of a chair without having to use your hands. So 10 squats, or as many as you can do. Go down as far as you can, keeping good technique. Technique in this is all. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to show you from the front what it looks like. 6. Don't let your knees come together. 7, 8, 9, 10. Jolly good. Now we're going to do the punching. I've just got to get my trusty, what's the word I'm looking for? Stopwatch. So we're going to do 2 sets of punching for 30 seconds. I'm going to have to be over to the side a little bit because I need to be able to see what the stopwatch is doing at the same time as punching. But we're going to be doing, I suppose I could put it on the computer, couldn't I? But then I'd be too close then, won't I? Yeah, I'll put it over here. So we're going to do punching. So legs hip width apart. I'm going to go in threes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, rather than just like that. 1, 2, 3. Definite straightening of the arm. Ready? On your marks, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Just let me reset it. How was that? Righty ho ho. So we're ready? Right, on your marks, set, off we go. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Straight out in front. So you're going like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. The arms aren't coming up. There's no cycling motion. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Halfway. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! It's quite tiring, that. Right. Get your chair, but you only need this for balance just in case. This is a just in case. It's not, we're not doing anything actually on the chair. But we need it. We're going to do lunge. Remember, a lunge is in four parts. So you step forward, you bend your back knee, don't put it on the ground. Just go down to there if you can. If you can get your knee at your back knee at 90 degrees. If you can't, just do what you can. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I do it like that so that if you do it in one fluid motion, you can overbalance. I was doing it once with a class and there was a clatter as somebody fell to the floor. So holding on if you want, hands on hips if you want. I don't know why I do it with my hands on my hips, but I do. So 1, 2, 3, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the other side. 1. Might take a little while to get your balance on the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a fly flying backwards and forwards. It's annoying me. 9, 10. Well done. Woof. Right. So we're going onto the floor now. So if you have difficulty getting onto the floor, the easiest way to do it is just to sit in a chair. A low chair is best. And just slide forward. I'm just going to put this down a bit because I need to put it down a bit anyway. bend this knee underneath, slide down onto your knees. If you can't go onto your knees, I don't know what to suggest. Staying like this, I suppose. And then move the chair. Get it out of the way. Right, we're going to do, first of all, we're going to do a press up now. Remember, it's a 3/4 press up we're going to do, but there are modifications if you can't do the full press up. We're going to try 10, we're going to do 5 and then 5. So, if you're doing the proper, everything is proper. The 3/4 press up, your hands, remember, hands and knees, little step forward, bring your torso forward so that your hands are under your shoulder again. And we're just going to go down and up. If you can't do the up bit, have the same position, just come down. And then get yourself back up and then down again. If you can't kneel, go on your tummy and then just push up and then down. Okay, when you're pushing up, when you're coming down, control it with your hands. Don't let yourself flop down. Okay, whichever one you're doing. So I'm going to do the 3/4. We're going to do 5 and then another 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have a rest. Found a mark on my new carpet. And then the other 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Did you manage that? Right, I need my trusty stopwatch, because we're now going to do everybody's favourite, the planks. So the front plank, get the watch sorted. Remember the front plank, you're lying on your stomach, your elbows are under your shoulders, your hands are like a sphinx, you're up and your body is straight, your head's in alignment with your spine, your bum isn't sticking up in the air, your back isn't sagging. If you can't do this for a minute, stay in the position, have a rest, and then come back up again. So, on your marks, set, off we go. I'll do it in 10s so that you know where you got, how many seconds you're doing. It's 10 seconds. Now I need to blow my nose. 20. 30. 40. 50. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 60. Did you manage that? Oh, runny nose. Well done if you did. Right, we're going to do side plank. So remember, elbow under your shoulder, ideally up like this, but if you can't get up, and I know it's difficult, bottom leg is back like that, and that makes it easier to get up. Most of the weight's on this leg. Just keep trying. It's the only thing I can suggest. It isn't easy. Again, I'll do it in 10s so that you know where you're going. So, oops. Are we ready? On your marks, set, up we go. Ten. Did I say this one's only for 30 seconds? This is not for a minute. 15, halfway through. 20, hold it there, keep going. 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Well done. And then the other side. No rest for the wicked, is there? Just let me put this on the table. And then the other side. Remember, if you need to modify it, please do. Come on, you. Right, we're ready. On your marks, set, up you go. Woo, I'm falling on this one. 10, 15, 20, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, 30, sorry. Right, did you manage all that? Oh, well done if you did. Right, what are we doing now? Bridge and back. Yeah, that's it. So, next one we're doing is the Russian twist. So you're sitting on the floor with your knees bent, hands out here. Imagine you've got a ball between them, and we're just going to go to one side, hold it for a couple of seconds, back, and the other side. This is working your core, but in a different way. That's one. We're going to do 10. It's good to do this sitting down because it has to be your core and your waist that does it. That's 3, rather than you can't move your hips because you're sitting on them. 4, it's quite tiring on your arms as well. Your shoulders are working as well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next one is the bridge. So you're going to lie down. Have your heels as close to your bottom as you can, as close to your bum as you can. And then you're just going to lift up as high as you can. Keep your knees parallel. Don't let them fall out or come in. They're parallel. Once we're stabilized in that position, we're just going to go up as far as you can. We're just going to touch the floor and then back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, really up at the top of that bridge. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When you're at the top of the bridge, just do what I suggested. Just feel your bum muscle. That's well under tension. And your back. There's the rectus spinae up your back. They're under tension as well. So come down. And then if you want to, you don't have to, bring your knees in. Give yourself a bit of a hug. So round out your back a bit. And then if you want, you can sit up. You don't have to do this either. Sit up. Hands above your head just to keep you, make sure you've got nice posture, and just lean forward just to get the kink out of your back there. Okay, last one. This is a hard one. And I need my watch again. We're going to do this. Come on. We're going to do this twice for 30 seconds. So you're lying on your tongue again, and your hands are here. And all we're going to do is just lift up without putting too much pressure on your feet. You're just going to lift up and have your arms and as much of your torso as you can off the floor. Imagine you've got two eyes in your chest and you want them to look forward. Okay? So adopt a position. On your marks, set, go. This is hard. It's hard having your arms out here. That's 10 seconds. 15. 20. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. And relax just for a couple of seconds. There's that flipping fly. And then we're going to go again. You ready? On your marks, set, off you go. 10, 15, 20, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Well done. If you manage that, you're doing really well. Right. If you need to use the chair to get back up, you just reverse the process. Try and get up on one knee. That's why it's easier if it's the lower the sofa or chair, the better. Right. Just let me get rid of that. We're going to end, before we go into the stretching, we're going to end with our high intensity. 3 20-second bouts of running very fast, tiny little steps on the spot. Tiny, tiny little steps. Use your arms as well. Your arms don't go as fast as your feet, but do your arms as fast as you can without sort of losing your rhythm. And we're going to do that for 20 seconds. If you've got any worries about it, if you've got any problems with your heart, if you get any chest pain during it, just don't do it. Just stop if you're doing it. But if you're worried, don't do it. If you've got really bad knees and you can't do the running, although there shouldn't be much impact, you can do punching instead. Okay, so are you all geared, ready like greyhounds to be let out the slips? And on your marks, set, go. Oops. Oh. So sorry, 20, stop. I was thinking about something else. I do apologize. Right. It's just somebody in my granddaughter's class has caught COVID, so she's having to isolate. Ugh, so unfair. And it's her cousin's birthday next Saturday. She can't go. And they're very, very close. So, poor little thing. She's only 7. It's hard when you're 7. Right. Are we ready? On your mark, I'll pay attention this time. On your marks, set, go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Fantastic. One more, and then we're done and into the stretching. Woohoo! I'll just give you a couple more seconds rest. Those of you who have been doing this for a year should be well recovered by now, because the fitter you are, the quicker you recover. So, ready? On your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, and 20. Well done. Right. While you're getting your breath back, as usual, just a few announcements. If you've enjoyed my class, you can buy me a coffee if you want. There's no obligation. The link is in the comments section. If you're watching on a laptop later, underneath the video where the comments section is. And if you want to know more about fitness generally, if you want to see any of the videos, although I haven't managed to upload some of them yet, but I will do. You can go on my Facebook, or if you want to contact me, go on my Facebook page, and the link is also in the comments section underneath the link for buy me a coffee. And if you would like, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, that would be jolly nice. And if you want to like this class, that would also be jolly nice. Nothing commits you to any money or anything. Well, the buy me a coffee does, because that's £4. But it's voluntary. Right, enough gabbling on. Stretching. So it's important to be flexible because it helps stop falling. And it's just nice. I find it nice to stretch at the end of a session. So get your chair. I'm just going to put this down slightly. One day I dream of having a camera that I don't have to move all the time. Right, so your back leg is straight, your front leg is bent. Heels are on the floor, leaning forward. You should feel the stretch at the top of your calf. Make sure both feet are pointing in the forwards, not one splayed out to the side. And then very gently bend your back knee, just a little bit. Your heel comes off the ground. If you put a little bit of weight on that leg, you should feel the stretch going down into your calf. No, not your calf, into your Achilles tendon. Although it's not really possible to stretch a tendon because they're not like muscles tendons, they're very inelastic. And then switch over. But you can, bending your knee stretches the lower calf muscle, the soleus, as I'm sure you all know. And this one should be stretching the top one, which is the gastrocnemius. You stick around, you'll learn something. Bend your back knee slightly, heel comes off the floor. Feel the stretch moving down. And there we are. Right. Quadriceps, thigh muscles. Hold your foot, your ankle, your trouser leg. Some people wrap a towel around to be able to do it. If you can't do that, have your hands behind your back. Just try and kick your hands. That's absolutely fine as well, because what you're doing is you're stretching these muscles, but you're actually exercising these ones as well. So that's a twofer, 2 for 1, buy one, get one free. I'm going to do this because I want to practice balancing. My balance is shocking at the moment. So I'm just going to do this. Have your knees together. If you tilt, but hold on. If you tilt your pelvis slightly, it gives a bigger stretch on your thigh. I'm going to hold on because it's just distracting me from stretching. And then we're going to switch. If you're doing the static stretching, switch. If you're doing the dynamic stretching, that's the moving one, just keep doing it. And then we're going to do the hamstrings, which are the muscles on the back of your leg that I was mentioning before. Sit on the edge of the chair, knees at 90 degrees, just make sure your posture's nice. One leg out, toe pulled back, and lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. Again, imagine you've got an eye in your chest and you're pointing it forward, you're looking forward, rather than sort of collapsing down like that. And then sitting up. And repeat on the other side. From the hips, not from the waist. And then sitting up. And the last one we're going to do for the legs is if you sit sideways in the chair, but at the front of the chair, so there's no chair here. You're right at the front, and put this leg out behind you. I think I've said before that this leg is slightly injured, and I've got a spot there, and if I just press it, it's like, oh. I don't know if any of you were ever physiotherapists, but if you are, you could maybe tell me what bit that is. It's something to do with the TFL and the psoas and the glutes and things. And then switch round and do it on the other side. This one's all right. Ooh. Well, all right-ish. And then we're going to stand up. I'm probably, oh no, I'm all right. The top of my head hasn't disappeared too much. Stand up with your arms out shoulder height, round the tree, so that way, and then dip your head. So you get a stretch across the top of your back on your shoulders. And your neck as well, actually. I like this stretch. Try and keep your arms as much out to the side as you can. And then if you can, interlink your hands behind your back. If you can't, just try and get your elbows together, which obviously you can't do. If you're interlinking your fingers, just lift your arms up like that, just to get the stretch across your chest. Okay, and then finally, I'm going to just put this up a smidge. We're going to just do a bit of neck stretching. So if you look at the floor, but sort of to the side, and then put your hand on your head and just pull very gently, stretching these muscles here. I find this really beneficial, this one. I don't like doing it just on the side and pulling. I don't like that one. I prefer this way. And then look up and do the same with the other side. And then bring your head back. And that's it. Thank you very much for joining the class. And I'll see you Wednesday if you do the Wednesday one. See you next Monday if you do the Monday one. Bye.